Welcome everyone. In this video we will solve a nice geometry question from an Oxford entrance exam. The question comes from the 2006 PAT exam. This is physics aptitude test. And it comes from the math section of that exam. And I will attach the paper to the descriptions part so that you can have a look at the question itself and also you can solve the other questions. Now the question basically says, we are given a shape, a square actually to be more specific. We have a square. And inside of this square there are two circles. Let's draw them with different colors. So one will be, let's say, like this. So we have the first circle. Hold on, let me do it a bit better. So we have the first circle. And then we have the second circle. I know that the drawing is looking absolutely horrible. And that's because of my drawing skills. But, I mean, these are circles, okay? They are supposed to be circles, let's say that. And we are told by the question that the radius of the big circle, which is this one, is twice the radius of the smaller circle. So let's say that the radius of the circle is r, and radius of the circle is 2r. By the question, we're asked to find the ratio between the shaded area, so this is shaded, this area, divided by the whole area of the square. So that's the question. What is that fraction? What is that ratio? Okay, so how do we start this question? Obviously, I think what we need to do at the end of the day is to figure out the length of one side of the square in terms of r. And when we do that, we will be easily able to take the ratio. Of course, we can just right now we can calculate the area of the two circles and add them. Let's in fact do it. So let's say area of the circles, it will be, well, pi r squared for the little one plus pi 2r squared for the other circle. So that gives you 5 pi r squared. That is done. But I mean, the main question is, I think, what is the area of the square in terms of r? Area of the square. How do we figure this out? For that, as I said, we want to find the length of the one side. And for that, there are a couple of ways. And I think I will start off by showing the method that I did not use. Okay? And at the end, I will show the method that I in fact used while solving this question. And you can try to work out it as well by using my method. But now I'm going to show a different one. So for this one, this is going to be r, and I think I'm showing this because I feel like this is more standard. I mean, what I didn't take so long, but it might be harder to come up with than this one. Or maybe it is not. You guys choose. You can tell me in the comment section what you think. So this is r, of course, because it's the radius. And so what is this? What is this red part? Well, it is going to be r squared plus r squared, that is 2r squared, and you take the square root, so that is just r square root of 2. Okay? Then we have this section, which is r. Continuing, you have this section, which is 2r. And then you again do a similar business here. This is 2r, this is 2r. What is this section then? From a similar Pythagorean theorem calculation, you see that this is 2r, the square root of 2. And so if we want to find the diagonal of the square, then we're just going to add the lengths. We have, so let's say the L, let's call it L. The diagonal length is L. We're going to have 2r square root of 2 plus 2r plus r square root of 2. That is just 3r plus 3r square root of 2. So you could just say it is 3r1 plus square root of 2. Okay. And if you know one diagonal of the square, you in fact know the side as well. Because from the Pythagorean theorem, this is 90 degrees. If you say that one length is d, one side is d, we know that d squared plus d squared gives you l squared. So 2d squared is l squared, which means that d is l over the square root of 2. Alright? And so, we are in fact very close to the end of the question. We're just going to divide this by square root of 2. So we get 3r 1 plus 1 over square root of 2. And so if we want to calculate the area of the square now, all we need to do is say that it is d squared. You just multiply the two sides. And that's going to be, well, 9r squared and then 1 plus 2 over square root of 2 plus 1 over 2, which is just 9r squared. Let's see. 1 plus a half is 3 over 2 plus 2 over the square root of 2 gives you, it gives you square root of 2. Yep. And so for the ratio, for the fraction, let's write it orange. The fraction will be basically the area in, well, area in, which color is this? I don't know. The color that is closer to blue, let's say, divided by the color that is closer to the to white. So we divide the area of the circles by the area of the square, and so the result comes out to be the r squares will cancel these guys. We will have 5 pi divided by 9, 3 over 2 plus square root of 2. If we do this to combine them in one denominator, and we put this 2 upwards, it's going to be 10 pi over, and I distribute the 9, so it is 27 plus 18 square root of 2. Okay? So as I was saying, this is one way of doing it. But this isn't the initial way that I did it. What's the way that I used that? Well, for that, let me open a new page, and let's change the background color. Okay. So let me draw the shape one more time. We have the square and we have the two circles. I think I drew better this time, didn't I? I kind of did. So we know that, hold on. So this distance will be 3r, right? Because this is r, this is 2r, combined that is 3r. This is r, this is 2r, and there is this dashed line, and this will be 90 degrees. Now, I named this part x and this part y. Okay? And if we think about the side length of the square in terms of x, y, and 2r, we can immediately figure out what it is. It's going to be, we have another 2r here. So up to this point, it is 4r plus x. Then you have this r. So it is 5r plus x. The total length, the side length is d, and it is 5r plus x. Now for the other part, it's going to be, you have r here, another r, 2r plus y, and now you have 2r here. So it is in fact 4r plus y. It is 4r plus y, and it is also d. It is a square, the sides are equal in length. So this means that 4r plus y is equal to 5r plus x. So y is equal to r plus x, right? And what you do now is you take this and you substitute it here. When you do that, you have a triangle and you know the side lengths in terms of r and x, which means that you can solve for x in terms of r. And when you do that, you can use this formula to solve for y in terms of x, in terms of r, I mean. And I mean, well, you don't even need to do it actually. If you do this, you just combine it with 5r, you add them to find one side length, and then you square it to find the area. Okay, that's how I did it, and if you do this, you will see that you get exactly this result. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please write them in the comment section. If you want to see further videos like this, please make sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you in another video. Until then, take care.